Imagine this scene. You come home after a long day, open the door, and find your Shih Tzu looking at you with those bright little eyes and wagging tail. Then, suddenly, he barks, runs under the table, or starts chewing on his own toy. And you think, oh no, here comes the attitude. But what if I told you that, actually, he was just trying to tell you something really important? That's right. Many people, without even realizing it, misunderstand everything. We love these little furballs so much that sometimes we forget they don't speak like we do. They don't say I'm scared or give me a hug with words. They speak with their bodies, their eyes, the position of their ears, the way they walk, or even with a simple yawn. It's like every gesture is a whole sentence that only those who pay close attention can read. Let me tell you a quick story. One of our followers wrote to us saying she thought her Shih Tzu was rebellious. He would bark out of nowhere, hide when she got close, and never obey. After watching one of our videos, she realized her little dog wasn't rebellious at all. He was just insecure, afraid of getting scolded, and craving more affection than corrections. She just changed the way she reacted, and everything changed between them. Their connection became lighter, happier, almost like magic. That's exactly what we want for you and your furry friend. In this video, you'll discover 8 ways your Shih Tzu tries to communicate that many people misunderstand. Let's unlock this silent language together and transform your relationship with him. Get ready, because after today, you'll never look at your little dog the same way again. You'll see beyond the behavior and into his heart. So get cozy with your furry buddy and come along on this journey full of love, discoveries, and little paws. Tell me something, has it ever happened that you call your Shih Tzu with all the love in the world, "Come here, cutie," and he just doesn't move at all? It feels like he's blatantly ignoring you, right? But don't worry, don't think he's challenging you or being rebellious. Often, it's all about the sensitive and unique way this breed is. Maybe he's feeling insecure at that moment, or perhaps confused, trying to understand what you want. In some cases, it's just shyness, you know? Now, here's a really curious thing that almost nobody notices. When your Shih Tzu turns his back to you, it's not a snub. On the contrary. In dog language, this gesture is like a deep sign of trust. It's as if he's saying, "It's okay, I trust you so much that I can be totally relaxed." Think about it, you only turn your back on someone when you're sure there's no danger, right? It's the same with your little dog. I remember a case of an owner who thought her Shih Tzu was being rude by lying on his back on the couch, facing away from her. When she understood the real meaning, she cried tears of emotion. Because deep down, that was the biggest gesture of affection and security he could show. So next time your furry friend turns his back, don't get upset. Smile. Because that's almost like a silent hug, a loving way of saying, "With you around, I'm at peace." Have you ever noticed that moment when your Shih Tzu starts licking you non-stop? At first, it's a gentle, loving lick on your face or hand. And then suddenly, it's like he's switched into endless licking mode, right? Some people just melt with love, thinking it's the cutest thing ever. Others get a little suspicious, wondering, is this normal? The truth is, behind those persistent licks, something much deeper might be going on than just a simple show of affection. Of course, many times your furry friend just wants to show he loves you, get your attention, or invite you to play. But when this behavior happens too often, at random times, or when he seems a bit restless, it's time to be alert. He might actually be anxious, really anxious. In his own way, he tries to ease that inner discomfort using whatever he has at hand, his tongue. By licking, he calms himself down. It's almost like a ritual. If I lick enough, maybe this weird feeling will go away. Think about yourself. When you're nervous, don't you sometimes shake your leg non-stop? Bite your nails, fiddle with your hair, or bite your lip? Well, your Shih Tzu has similar automatic behaviors to deal with emotions. But for him, it shows up as licking sometimes you, sometimes himself, or even an object. So next time you get an unusual licking attack, take a deep breath with him. Pause for a moment and observe. Was there a strange noise? A change in routine? A visitor in the house? Sometimes, just the right kind of petting, a calm cozy corner, or a few minutes of attention is all he needs to feel safe again. Because deep down, he's not just licking for the sake of licking. He's trying to say, "Hey, I'm a little lost here. Can you help me?" And of course, you can. He knows that. Now imagine this. You come home after a hectic day, dreaming of the sofa and some peace. But as soon as you open the door, chaos. Cushion pieces scattered all over the living room, your favorite slipper shredded, and that toy he got just yesterday? It's history. Your blood boils instantly, and your mind shouts, he did this on purpose. He must be angry because he was alone. But hold on, breathe. Let me tell you something that will change how you see all this mess. Your Shih Tzu isn't plotting revenge. He didn't spend the whole day scheming some evil plan like, I'll destroy the world because I was alone. Not at all. What's really happening is much simpler and much sadder. He missed you. He got bored, had energy piling up, maybe even felt stressed because he didn't understand why you disappeared for so many hours. And you know what he does to cope with all that? He bites, chews, tears things apart. Because it's the most instinctive way he knows to relieve tension. It's like a bored child stuck in an empty room with no toys, no one to talk to, nothing new to explore. Eventually, they'll do something to distract themselves. And your Shih Tzu is no different. The sofa, the cushion, or the slipper were just sitting there tempting him. And here's the curious part. When a little dog destroys something, he's not expecting to get scolded. He doesn't know that it's wrong in our world. He was simply trying to say in his own way, I need more attention, more stimulation, more of you. So next time, instead of giving that usual lecture, how about looking at things from a different perspective? Maybe what your furry friend really needs isn't a scolding, but a good walk, a treat stuffed toy, a fun game of hide and seek, or even just some quality time with you. Because a Shih Tzu who spends his energy and feels loved just wants to curl up in a cozy corner and dream about you and a world full of new smells. See? In the end, it's not about destruction. It's about connection. Picture this, you're playing excitedly with your Shih Tzu, tossing a toy, playing tug-of-war, or even chasing each other around the room. Suddenly, he lets out a little growl. And your heart skips a beat. Oh no, is he going to bite? Calm down. That growl isn't always a sign of danger. Actually, most of the time, it means something very different. You know when we get so carried away in a game that we end up speaking louder or laughing too much. Dogs can do something similar. The growl can just be a special effect of the fun. Like when he's play fighting with you, feeling brave and bold, but deep down he's relaxed, happy, and enjoying the moment. In these cases, the sound might even scare outsiders, but it's just his way of getting into the spirit of the game. Now here's the trick, or better yet, the secret. It's all in his body language. If his tail is wagging freely, his ears are relaxed, and his whole body is loose, like jelly you can relax. He's in full play mode. And check this out, his eyes tell a story too. When he's happily playing, his eyes sparkle, almost like he's smiling with his whole face. But if the mood shifts, his body stiffens, breathing pauses, ears go back, and he bares his teeth without moving. That's when you should stop. In that case, the growl is different. He might be annoyed, tired, or wanting some space. So it's always good to respect those boundaries and give him a break. And there's more. Have you noticed that sometimes your Shih Tzu looks away when you're talking seriously to him? Many people think it's guilt, shame, or that he's avoiding the topic. But it's none of that. In dog language, staring directly into someone's eyes is a sign of confrontation. So when he turns his head, he's saying, hey, I don't want to fight, it's all good, I respect you. It's like a peaceful gesture, super cute and full of affection. And speaking of fear, especially with loud noises like thunder and fireworks, it's not drama. Those little jumps, trembling, or hiding in the bathroom or under the bed show he's genuinely scared. Dogs hear sounds way more intensely than we do. So when the house shakes with fireworks, his little heart shakes too. At the end of the day, all of this, the growling, the looking away, the fear of noise, are ways your Shih Tzu communicates. Every behavior is a sentence in dog language. And when we learn to read this language, the bond becomes stronger, more beautiful, and truly full of trust. Imagine this scene. You've been out all day, come home tired, and when you check the garden, you get a big surprise: dirt everywhere, holes scattered like craters, and the grass flipped over like a tornado passed through. Then that automatic thought hits you, oh no, he did this just to annoy me. But hold on. Is that really true? Let's go back a bit, to the times when dogs didn't even live inside houses. In the wild, digging was a matter of survival. They dug to hide from the hot sun, make a cool little bed, stash food for later, or even just to beat boredom. It was the official pastime of the wolf pups long ago. And you know what's changed today? Almost nothing. The instinct is still strong, only now, instead of the forest, the stage is your garden. Here's a real story. Mel, a super energetic Shih Tzu, used to stay alone in the backyard every morning while her owners went to work. When they came back, guess what? Holes, uprooted plants, and even a buried sandal, as if it was treasure. At first, the family thought it was a tantrum. But then they realized, it was just her way of saying, I'm bored, I need something to do. Digging can be a relief when the dog is stressed, a way to play when alone, or even a way to cool off on hot days. And the best way to handle it? Not by scolding or forbidding, but by redirecting. Create a digging spot in the garden, with soft soil just for him, maybe even bury some toys there. It's like setting up a personal playground. And of course, don't forget daily walks. Exploring new places, meeting other dogs, all of this tires out the body and mind. Puzzle toys that challenge his thinking and activate his nose are great too. What your Shih Tzu really needs, deep down, is challenges, affection, and the freedom to be a dog. So next time you see a fresh hole in the dirt, take a deep breath, observe, and remember, he's not challenging you, he's just trying to express himself in the way dogs always have. Imagine living in a world where every sound hits like thunder, every distant noise seems right next to you, and even the softest tick of a clock echoes like a drum. That's exactly how your Shih Tzu's hearing works. While our ears have limited range, his is like a superpower. He can hear very high frequencies, distant sounds, and subtle noises we can't even dream of noticing. Now, think how scary that can be. Thunder for you is just a loud noise. For him, it's like the sky is falling down. A car honking on the street can sound like a roaring monster inside the house. And the worst part? He doesn't understand what's happening. No subtitles, no explanation, just a bunch of strange noises coming from all directions. That's why so many Shih Tzus run under the bed, tremble, or even quietly whimper in these moments. The best thing you can do for him is create a refuge. A safe little spot, away from windows, with a soft bed, his favorite toys, maybe even a blanket that smells like you. Turning off the lights or closing the curtains helps reduce visual stimuli, and playing soft ambient noise can muffle outside sounds. This isn't pampering, it's real care. And when he starts barking while staring fixedly at a corner of the room, don't just brush it off by saying he's seeing things. He probably heard something you didn't, or felt a vibration that went unnoticed by you. Sometimes it's the sound of the neighbor opening a door, a hidden insect moving, or even the distant hum of an engine. His instinct goes on high alert, and barking is his way of saying, something unusual is happening. Instead of scolding him or telling him to be quiet, why not thank him? Give him a gentle pet, say it's okay, I'm here, and show him he can relax. This reaction strengthens your bond of trust and teaches him he can count on you when he feels unsure. If he's been very reactive, barking at nothing or getting easily startled, take a look at his environment. Could he be bored? Is he missing walks, mental stimulation, or playtime? Sometimes what seems like strange behavior is just a result of a little dog with lots of pent-up energy and nowhere to release it. Remember, a Shih Tzu with senses as sharp as his needs security, routine, and lots of love. Because in this noisy world, knowing he can rely on you is the best sound he can hear. Imagine this scene. You decide to take your Shih Tzu to a park full of people, running kids, other dogs playing, smells of popcorn, wet grass, people's perfume all at once. Sounds like a fun outing, right? But for your little dog, it can be like being caught in a whirlwind of information. Every sound, every smell, every movement floods his mind at the same time, and that can overwhelm him completely. He stops, looks around, maybe even refuses to walk or follow simple commands. Then the common thought comes, oh, he's just being stubborn. But no. What's really happening is a kind of sensory overload. He's not being stubborn, he's just trying to make sense of the chaos around him. That's why, before taking your Shih Tzu to a place full of stimuli and expecting him to behave like an angel, it's best to start with the basics at home, in a calm corner. Teach simple commands when everything is quiet: sit, stay, come to you. Always do this patiently, in the same order, with affection and a gentle tone of voice. That way, he builds confidence. And over time, even if the environment gets busy, he will know he can trust you and better understand what's expected of him. Now, remember that moment when your Shih Tzu lifts a paw and looks at you with that doubtful little face? Many people think it's just charm or an invitation to play. But actually, that gesture says a lot. It's as if he's asking, is this safe? Can I trust you? Sometimes it's curiosity, sometimes respect, and often it's just a shy little way to show affection. He doesn't speak with words, but that gesture is like saying, I'm trying to understand, give me just a second. This happens a lot when he encounters something new, a different person, a strange object, or even an unfamiliar sound. He stops, lifts his paw, and stays there, assessing the situation. If you respond calmly, without pulling or forcing, just showing him everything is okay, he relaxes. Trust grows. And the most beautiful thing is that this little gesture, that paw raised in the air, can also be a gift. It's his way of saying, hey, you're important to me. I want to get closer. He's opening up space for friendship to happen. And if you respond, if you crouch down, offer your hand, smile with your eyes, he feels it. Wow, this person really understands me. So next time your Shih Tzu seems confused, insecure, or lifts his paw, don't think of training as an obligation. Think of it as communication. It's in these silent exchanges, in these small gestures, that true friendship is strengthened. Respond, reinforce, and enjoy this unique bond that only a Shih Tzu can create with his whole heart. Imagine this scene. You take your Shih Tzu to the vet. As soon as you enter the room, he starts yawning once, twice, 3 times in a row. You look and think, oh, poor thing, he must be sleepy. But actually, what he's saying in his own way is, this is making me nervous, and I'm trying to calm down. Yawning, in this case, isn't tiredness, it's pure body language. It's his body trying to balance his emotions, like taking a deep breath to stay calm. This can also happen when guests arrive at home, when you turn on the vacuum cleaner, or when there's a change in routine. He yawns as if saying, there's a lot going on, and I don't quite know how to react. And that's your mission, to be his safe haven. Look around, is there a lot of loud talking? Music? Different smells? Bag noises? Sometimes just lowering the volume a bit and creating a calm corner helps him feel more secure. And that wagging tail? It's not always a sign of pure happiness. If he's wagging slowly, with his body somewhat still, head lowered, and little eyes trying to figure out what's going on, be sure, he's assessing the situation, feeling cautious. It's like he's thinking, can I trust this? Is it safe? And if, along with that tail wag, his ears go back, movements slow down, and his body curls up, that's a warning, your Shih Tzu is uncomfortable. Now, let's talk about a behavior every owner knows well, the Shih Tzu who follows you around the house like your shadow. From the kitchen to the bathroom, from the living room to the bedroom, there he is, always on your heels. Some find it cute, others say it's just clinginess. But the truth is much more beautiful, you mean everything to him. In his world, you are the whole pack, the best friend, the guide, the protector. When he follows you, he's repeating the survival instinct he'd have in the wild. Stay close to the strongest, most trustworthy member of the group. That bond he forms with you is pure love and trust. But if, by chance, he gets anxious or sad when you leave the house, or cries when he realizes he'll be alone, it's time to go gently. Start little by little, with short absences, reinforcing that you always come back, and create environments with toys to keep him distracted. That way, he'll feel safer even when you're not around. Just never let this beautiful bond break. Enjoy the nervous yawns, the cautious little tails, and the steps that follow yours, because all of these are silent declarations of love. And when you respond with patience and attention, that connection grows even stronger. It's there, in the silence of these gestures, that true trust is born. So, did you like the video? Before you go, do us a little favor that really helps. Subscribe to the channel and leave your like, okay? It might seem like just a click, but for us, it's a huge encouragement to keep bringing content made with lots of care and dedication for you and your Shih Tzu. If this video made you look at your furry friend with new eyes, understanding better the signals, the feelings, and even those quirks you thought were strange, just imagine all the cool stuff still coming your way. Every week, we publish brand new videos packed with practical tips, touching stories, and fun facts that will help you connect even more with your four-legged buddy. We cover everything: behavior, care, nutrition, training tricks, how to deal with fears and changes, and even those secrets only people who live with a Shih Tzu understand. The idea here is simple: to help you build an even stronger, more respectful and loving bond with your best friend. Oh, and leave a comment down below about what you want to see in the next videos. Your participation makes all the difference and helps us create content that really helps you day to day with your Shih Tzu. So go ahead, click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything, and of course, leave that like to show you're with us on this journey full of paws, wagging tails, and lots of love. See you in the next video. Bye for now, and a big puppy kiss from your favorite Shih Tzu.